Well, good morning, scrapbooking friends. This is Barbara from Scrapbooking with Barbara. I am shooting the second of the two videos that I promised I would shoot today after getting my September products in yesterday. And I'm separating out the Christmas products from the fall products to, first of all, make my videos a little shorter, but also because we're looking at a different holiday here, and even though Christmas is in the future, I know a lot of you, and certainly I'm already thinking about, are there things that I want to make ahead of time? And certainly these two kits are awesome to think about creating at any time in the next few months to have them all ready to go during the holiday season. So right now, it is Thursday, September 9th. We have a free shipping with orders of $80 or more going on until tomorrow, which is September 10th at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you are interested in ordering these kits and a few other incidentals that can get your order up to $80, you will get your shipping for free. And so this doesn't happen that often. It's a great time to take advantage of free shipping and to load in some supplies for the upcoming holidays. The other thing I wanted to mention is I am going to be doing a card and tag making virtual workshop on Thursday, November 4th from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My virtual workshops, as long as they're not the extended ones, are free to anybody who's interested in joining us. You will have to order one or both excuse me, of these products to join in the fun. And really what we do is we meet via Zoom meeting online, and we just get together and we just work on the cards. If people have questions about one card or one tag and how to put it together, I'm here and I'm working with you. So it makes it just sort of a fun, easygoing time. You can have a glass of wine and enjoy the camaraderie of some scrapbooking and card making friends all over the country. If you're interested in this, I know I have personal information for how to get in contact with me via my business on the YouTube channel. My email is barbarakoshon@yahoo.com. So you can also just email me and say, hey, Barbara, I want to, get in on the card making virtual workshop in November, and I can put you on the list for that. So anyway, let's get started. This is really the first time I did open up the boxes to make it go a little more smoothly, but I haven't really looked at everything other than to just sort of see a lot of sparkle and a lot of gold shimmer. So the first thing we're going to look at is the Fa La La Luxe card kit, and the reason why it's called Luxe you will see in a moment. With all of our card kits, first of all, I got to tell you, I am addicted to these boxes. I have them, all the boxes I've ever used or made the cards from, I have, like, I can't give them away. I can't throw them away, I should say, because the boxes are so nice. And you certainly can feel comfortable repurposing them, or they make a really good gift. This is a nice, pretty much all-inclusive. You'd have to probably lay in some adhesive, and if you want dimensions, some foam squares. But for the most part, everything you need is in this kit, including the directions. So not only is it easy for you to put it together, but if you wanted to offer it as a gift to somebody, that'd be great. Also, you could put the cards together, put them back in the box, and give somebody those pre-made cards or the pre-made tags. So lots and lots of uses for these two kits. So the first thing you'll see is that we always have printed instructions, and you can go through these and it gives you step by step. It'll tell you, what is included, what you might have to lay in, and as I said before, adhesive. I like to use repositionable tape runner when I'm putting together embellishments because it allows me some flexibility, but obviously you can use regular or the mini tape runner. Foam squares give you some dimension. Here's a sheet of, here's a sheet of what the foam squares, they come in two sizes. That's the small size and that's the larger size. And these just give a little pop to whatever embellishment you use them in. They're double-sided sticky, so they work really well to give that added dimension. And obviously you probably want some scissors. So each of the cards, the components have the number of the card on the back printed. So you would for the card number 1, you'll see there's going to be a piece labeled 1A on the back, 1B through D, and you basically can use this and the directions to follow along and put your card together. So the directions for all 12 cards are here. I think these are just, you know, beautiful. Very elegant. I think our holiday collection this year, I think the word elegant comes to mind. I think it's elegant colors. They're darker, they're deeper, they're richer. They're still very true. They're still very, you know, filled with true greens and true reds, but gold definitely bumps this up a notch, which is why I guess they called it Luxe. And you'll see that when you look at some of the components. But cute cards, ones that you can use to send out. You can write maybe, you know, thank you notes on these. You can include a photo if you wanted to. So good cards to have on hand to give out to those special people. And so in terms of components, the first is we always have a bonus pack. Here's our bonus pack. I'm going to put this aside so you can see these. So the bonus pack, these are items that you are not necessarily going to see come up in the directions because they're bonus. So you can use these in your scrapbooks. You can use these for any other cards you're making. If you don't like what the directions are saying and you want to go rogue, as we say, and not follow the directions, you're certainly welcome to, you know, use your bonus. These are actually very different and something I haven't seen CM release. And these are like enamel stickers, but they're translucent. So I don't know if you can see that. And they've got the gold embossing on them. So I don't know if you can see that they're translucent, but they're very different, very pretty, very luxe. So these are, I said, they're, you know, these are extras that you can choose to use wherever you want to use them. So that is the bonus pack. And then you're going to find that you'll have all the components in one Ziploc bag, and then you're getting 12 cards. You're getting the cards that are already pre-cut and folded and the envelopes, which I think is awesome. So, you know, really you have pretty much everything you need except for an adhesive to make this card set. So I'm not going to go through every single card, but just to give you a sense of, you know, what we're looking at, definitely a huge gold presence here. And I'll show you one. This must be joy, right? And we have a tree, a piece on earth. So if I flip over one of these pieces, card components, you'll see that it has the card number and a letter. So each one, what I tend to do to make the cards and to make it go kind of forward quickly, I take all of the components and I separate out the components by numbers. So my stack of number 1s are here, number 2s are here, number 3s are here, and so forth. So when I actually start to put the cards together, I have my instructions in front of me and I can pull all of my number 1s and start to put them down on the pre-folded card stock. So unfortunately they don't put these in any kind of order. As you'll see, there's 8, there's 4, but it's easy enough to take, you know, not even 10 minutes and do that ahead of time, so you're all ready to go. So I just feel like the components, as I said before, we're looking at very traditional rich greens and reds, very traditional motifs. We have the holly, we have tree, you know, this beautiful pop of gold is really nice. Look like laurel berries, if that's what those are. The background pieces for all of the cards are included. That's going to be interesting. I bet the gold goes behind that. Yep. Poinsettia. Some dots. Here's sort of a ship black, which is very popular in all kinds of home decor these days. And the berries. So those are the components that you will use to put your cards together. And like I said, you have bonus pieces to swap out if you want to do something a little different, or say something a little differently. So that is the card set. I think that I don't think you could go wrong by purchasing this. I'm going to put this all back together. And, you know, honestly, for me, I usually can put a pack of 12 cards together in about a little over an hour, hour and a half. It sort of depends on how complicated. Some of them can be a little bit more complicated than others putting together. These look pretty straightforward. There aren't any ribbons you have to tie or, you know, twine that you have to measure out. So I think that you're going to find these are going to go very quickly. And if you were to come in and participate in our virtual workshop, I actually think you could get the cards done and at least most of the Christmas tags done. So let's take a look at the Christmas Luxe tag kit. Creative Memories started doing the tags. I want to say this is the 3rd year we've had tags, and I don't want you to think of tags as just something that you'd end up tying on your wrapped gifts. These can be tied to if you give any kind of baked goods to people. You can put these on your own cards. Maybe you make cards, you rubber stamp. A lot of my customers do, and you might want to put a tag on a card and then rubber stamp the background, basically using these as an embellishment. You can certainly use tags on your scrapbooking pages. So don't just think of tags as, oh, I would have to like use them only for gifts. You can really do some cute things with tags. And in a similar fashion, what you're going to find is when you open up your kit, you're going to have instructions to make all, I believe it's like, yeah, 24 tags. So you're getting 24 tag and the components to make them. And when you flip this over, you'll see it tells you what you're getting in the box, but also you want to make sure you have your adhesive and foam squares to, again, add dimension. And it looks like what they've done here is they've given 2 versions of 12 different tags. So I would go ahead and once again separate out all the components based on the numbers that are printed on the backs, and we'll take a look at that. But so here's 1 and 13. There's 2 and 14. Obviously you get the tags, the backings for all of these. 3 and 15 are a poinsettia. 4 and 16 we have, it looks like the stag or the deer. 5 and 17 would be joy. 6 and 18 we have a tree motif. 7 and 19 we have a beautiful wreath design. 8 and 20 we have bells, the Christmas bells. 9 and 21, you've got poinsettias again, and believe. 10 and 22, you have deck the halls with some holly berries, very traditional. 11 and 23, you have a Christmas candle with some holly and some spruce branches. And then lastly, 12 and 24, you have the beautiful Christmas cardinal with the holly berries and the spruce leaves with a window in the background. So that takes care of the directions. So now we'll take a look at the components kind of quickly. So again, as I mentioned with the cards, you're going to turn these over and you're going to see the number of the tag that the component belongs to. So I would separate them all out into 24 little piles and go ahead so that I have everything organized. So it would make it very quick to put the cards together once I start. So here are all the sort of smaller components for the tags. Put those over there, and then here's the Luxe tag components because they're a little more fancy. We have a lot of gold. It definitely is the highlight of the cards and the tags this year, the pops of gold. So that's going to really make your cards stand out. And let's face it, it is so amazing. I have a couple of friends who hand make cards, and when I get them, I'm always, you know, I see the envelope and I'm like, oh my God, what did this person do this year? So I think that, you know, we should not discount the value of doing some of these things handmade and homespun, as they used to say. And I think anybody who would receive a tag or a card that you handmade would be very, very appreciative. And then they actually included some gemstones. You have some really beautiful colors and also gold. I don't think I've seen gold embellishments in quite a while. So you have the red and the green, and then the more pastels of each one of those. These are pretty much optional. You can add them to the card. Sometimes people are worried about sending these through the mail. You can always bring them to, if you have embellishments like this that have some dimension to them, you can always go to the post office and ask the post office worker to hand cancel the stamp so it doesn't go through the machines and rip the envelope. And then here are the tags. So they give you all the bases of the tags. They're quite big, and here's the to and from. That's really cool. So nice and big. You could write a message on them. Some of them are a little smaller, but that's fine. But definitely you'd want to, you know, lay in some ribbon or some twine, depending on how you want to attach these to your gifts or baked goods, or you know, if you're going to use these in card making, you would just stick them down. But it would be fun to still put a little ribbon on them if you were doing a card with the tags. So everything you need to create these 24 gift tags, however you decide you're going to use them. I think that, again, like I said before, I think that the collection of the cards and the tags this year are very traditional. It gives you a little bit of a heads up as to what we probably are going to expect for our scrapbooking supplies. I would think that the scrapbooking offerings this year are going to be traditional and deep in beautiful Christmas colors. And there we go with the instructions. So I hope you will consider choosing to buy either one or both of these kits. I would love for some of you to join us at the virtual workshop where we'll get together and put them together virtually. I usually send out the Zoom link the morning of the workshop, so you would get that via email, but you would have to contact me and let me know that you'd like to participate. So that is it for the Christmas card and tag sets. I hope you start thinking ahead and start thinking about, you know, making some fun memories at Christmas time, holiday season, and choosing to do one of the projects like these would certainly get anybody in the Christmas spirit. So take good care, have a great weekend, and I hope to talk to you soon. Take care.